Okay, now it's recording.
Okay. All right. We're on. We're live.
We're live.
Yeah.
So welcome everybody. Excited to be here with Darryl Gray. And Darryl, gosh, you and I go back
At least
quite a ways.
15 years probably.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
SAP.
All within
And
a partner mindset, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's amazing. So
It is.
Darryl Gray is Global Vice President in charge of all of the software partners
That's
for
right.
SAP.
Right.
And we're here at the Partner Center, which is where all the action is here
Where
at
it goes
Sapphire.
down, right? That's
And
where it goes down.
yeah, so welcome, and
Thank
just
you.
love, just excited to talk to you, Darryl.
Yeah, no, great to be here, and I talk about being here with 10,000 of my closest friends, and it's never been a more exciting time to be a software partner with SAP. My team is responsible, as Chip said, to make sure that we monetize and succeed with our software partners here at SAP and beyond for our customers' business outcomes. So yeah, we're doing some amazing things here together with our partners. Yeah.
So it's really interesting how the sort of the progression of the software partner programs. I think back in 10 years ago when the Solex program started, that was just very successful. And then you've launched the Endorsed Apps program, and that has just taken off now as well. So tell me a little bit about that and sort of the idea of partner progression through those through the ranks.
Yeah, it's really important for us because in the past it was all about solution extensions and having account control and making sure all of that was on our paper, one throat to choke for the customer, and that worked all well and good in the on-prem universe. In the days of selling software that was on-prem. As we move to the cloud, right, it's a different game, right? Where there's so many more transactions, there's so many sophisticated contracts as it relates to data protection rights and pricing, flexibility and all that we said, it's not tenable to have a full software portfolio necessarily all on our paper, right? So there's got to be a way to make sure that we are still recommending and having an opinion about these great solutions that are best of breed, that our customers, rely on for business outcomes, but not taking on, the full liability of everything SAP, right? So what we did was put in place a partner progression and said, look, as software developers and innovators come to the table with these innovations that integrate to or are built on top of business technology platform with SAP, we're going to take them to market via the SAP Store. That's going to have scale. Right, we validate those solutions to put on the SAP Store. Our customers can find them, our AEs can find them, and we actually have a lot of cases where these AEs come into the SAP Store to find a solution that their customer talked about that they needed, right? And they register an opportunity, it goes to the partner, and the partner gets engaged with that seller, and then go out to the customer together, which is fantastic, right?
Yeah.
So that's where they start. As they build success together, right, and we have customer successes, customer references monetized together, within the SAP installed base or net new base, then we spotlight those solutions and say, you know what, there's more resources required because this has got a high propensity, right, for our customers to want this solution. So we start putting business development funds behind it. We start managing it, in a tighter way.
Right.
Because we have 2,000 some odd partners, software partners on the store, another 2,000 that are in the open ecosystem. That's 4,000 partners. We can't treat them all equally, right?
Yeah.
And some have higher value to our customers than others. But as that builds, then we look at those solutions and say, okay, well, now we have a place that SAP doesn't provide an organic solution, and we want an opinion, specifically based on that customer success that we've seen in the market. And those are the solutions that we go after and say, you know what, we're endorsing this solution to make a market with them, right? This is not something we're going to build or buy. This is something that we're going to take to market in a very opinionated way to endorse the solution with our customer base. And it starts to get embedded into everything that we do, right? In terms of how we sell, how we market, how we talk about those solutions for our partners and to our customers, how we develop roadmaps together, right? So it's really integrated into our DNA. And now that has become a real strategic core pillar of our overall strategy from an SAP perspective.
Yeah.
So, you listen to the keynote, Christian give the keynote on, the SAP Sun, right? You've got the core technology wrapped around all the line of business applications that SAP provides, and on top of that are all these ecosystem solutions that plug really well via the BTP integration platform that add additional value to everything that SAP is trying to fuel the intelligent enterprise to, but we're not building for ourselves, right? So that's why it's important to have that progression, give the partners an understanding of what it takes to be successful with SAP. As they go through the progression, they're building, kind of a cultural affinity to us that understands how to work with us, what our customers expect at a high quality level, right, for business outcome. And then it morphs into something that is as big as some of the partners that are sponsoring here, as you see, our solution extensions, our endorsed partners. So it's a really exciting time.
It's great. I love this the concept of the progression, because it gives partners a way to get in and get started, rather than it's like, oh my gosh, this is a huge mountain to climb.
Right, and it's a blueprint, right, for their success. We're trying to properly set the expectations with them that says, it's kind of, I use the analogy that, you don't go right to college, right, coming out of grammar school, right? You have to go to middle school, you have to go to high school, right? And that builds a learning experience, right? And it's very similar to the way that we look at our partnerships here. It is a learning experience on how to work together. And when you demonstrate that success, then it also secures the resourcing that the partner is going to provide and SAP is going to provide to make sure that there's a return on our investment, right? Because if you don't have that experience and you put a bunch of resources together, right, on both the partner side and the SAP side, and nothing happens, well, that's a huge opportunity cost, right? So it's important to make sure we've got demonstrated success first, right? Learning how to work with one another. SAP learns how to work with them. They learn how to work with us, and it's a recipe for success.
It's amazing, I think back to the early days of SAP, and even 10 years ago, and it was very much like everything was SAP.
Everything.
I mean, you've like this program and endorsed apps and solution extensions has really put a stamp on SAP itself. And to hear Christian, talking very, emphatically and passionately about the partner ecosystem.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of our DNA now, right? It really is it's a metamorphosis in terms of what we used to do, right? Look, developers want to build everything, right? But you have finite resources, right? We can only buy and build so much, and so we've got to be smart in terms of making sure we're number one or number two in those areas we're going to double down on around our core, around our line of business solutions. And then there's a whole bunch of really smart people out there that have spent lots of money and developer time building best-of-breed applications that attach to SAP and provide all that additional value. We don't necessarily have to own all of that, right? But we do want to help monetize that with our customers and leverage our installed base, right, to make sure that our customers are finding continued value, to use all that rich data, right, that sits inside of our applications, and our partners want that data, right? So there's a really symbiotic relationship to provide that type of business outcome that our customers are looking for in a very, like I said, symbiotic way. So it's super exciting time.
That's amazing, and so you're and I love just the fact that you're talking about joint roadmaps and go to market. So when you get to the Spotlight level and the endorsed apps level, then you're also then connecting the partner into the field. Totally. And doing co-selling. So tell me a little bit about that. How does that all?
Yeah. I mean, we kind of integrate the value proposition into the way we go to market with our customers, right? We kind of have our own blueprints, right? In terms of, customer needs X, Y, Z, right? I'm thinking, good example might be talent acquisition, right? So they have success factors. We are looking for an AI-powered talent acquisition capability that our customers need for rapid recruitment or rapid onboarding, right? Well, we have solutions that do that, right? We have Eightfold is one of our partners in the endorse space. We have Paradox AI that is another partner in our endorse space. Our SuccessFactor rep would then take a look at what the value or what the customer would need. They say, we have this from SuccessFactors, but we have some great endorsed solutions that add that additional value for talent acquisition, and here's how they do it, right? And we would invite those partners in to that conversation with the customer. Lo and behold, the customer's enamored with what we're talking about together, right? And the rep gets paid. The AEs on the partner side also get paid, and they've got carte blanche to the SAP install base, right? So if we do it well together, it goes very well. And we've got some great endorsed solutions that have just risen meteorically, and that's going to continue, right? And to get there, it is that progression, right? Validation, then ultimately the Spotlight program, and then up into the endorsed ranks, and that's really what builds that success together.
That's tremendous.
It is. And I would say also, just, my team does manage that holistically around the life cycle of that partnership from a software perspective. And, to do that, Chip, you and I have a partnership as well, right? So SAP uses WorkSpan to do a lot of this because, as this portfolio has grown and as the numbers and the expectations in terms of growth has grown, we need more partners, right? And more partners are providing a lot of cool, business, applications to fuel that intelligent enterprise. We couldn't do that on email and spreadsheets. And Word, and when I would ask for, just a synopsis of everything that we're doing with the partner, of course it was a flurry and it would take me 4 days to get it, right? Now I've got the ability to leverage WorkSpan. My PSMs are working side by side with your team. And we're actually putting the partner collaboration activities all within WorkSpan, so it's got the visibility on both sides. SAP knows what's happening, and especially from a management standpoint, I know what's happening.
What's going on.
Right, and the partner sees, hey, we're doing a lot of things together. We manage our marketing budgets this way, we manage our marketing activities and outcomes this way, and our pipeline, our mutual pipeline. So it's really a strong system, and I couldn't do it without our partnership because it's growing into a true enterprise unto itself. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, Darryl, thank you so much for spending some time today. I know you're busy, it's like back-to-back meetings, and you're heading to one right now.
I talk about being here with 10,000 of my closest friends, and they've got me hopping. So I'm excited to do this with you, Chip. I much appreciate your partnership.
Likewise.
As well, and I'm off to see another partner.
Awesome. Thank you, Darryl.
Yeah, you bet.
Really appreciate it,
All right,
and thank you all for joining us. And we'll see you. See you for the rest of the day on Sapphire.
Go SAP.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. You get that one?